Hey everybody, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about things that I have chosen to not spend anymore or to not buy anymore in an effort to save money. As you guys know, I am still trying to buy a house, and it's literally just getting more and more expensive every single month. Like, prices are going up every month, and yeah, it's hard to compete from like buying a pre-existing home, and it's also hard to compete with buying new builds. So I'm just trying to get creative and find some other ways that I can cut back. I think ultimately what would help is if I just made more money, but you know, that's not entirely in my control. So I want to focus on things that I can control, which is how much money goes out of my bank account. So I'm trying to find ways to cut back. So these are 6 things that I'm no longer buying or no longer doing in an effort to save money. Number 1, plants. So I don't know if you can tell, but I like plants. That's just this corner, but I have plants throughout my entire apartment. I honestly don't know how many I have at this point, but I do consider myself a plant lady. I hear that pets are the new kids and plants are the new pets. So I'm definitely a plant mom. But if you don't know, if you've never bought plants in abundance, they can be kind of expensive, especially bigger plants and also trendy plants. If you didn't know that's a thing, that's definitely a thing. Some plants are more trendy or more popular, more Instagrammable than others. So that's a Monstera plant back there, and it's pretty big, and I got it from a local plant store, and it cost me I think $80. They can really add up, and there have been times when I've been doing some retail therapy and I would go to a plant store and drop $150 on plants. And then, sometimes they die and sometimes they don't. But yeah, so it could definitely add up. And since I do want to move from this apartment this year and buy a house, we're speaking it into existence, I'm gonna make myself not buy any more plants. Number 1, I am running out of space. In my apartment, I really only have light that comes in on one end. If my apartment is a box, there's really only windows on this side. And so if you want a lot of plants, you do need a lot of sunlight. So I'm just running out of space where I can put plants where they can thrive. So since that's happening, I may as well just limit the amount of plants that I add. My only caveat to that, or the only disclaimer, is that if a plant dies, then I can replace it. But I'm not adding onto the amount of plants that I already have. The second thing that I'm not gonna buy anymore is books. Also, if you can't tell on that shelf, there's just a line of books, and then I have books in other places too. I don't know how many books that I have, but out of the books that I have, it's probably a very low percentage the books that I've actually read. I just like collecting books. I don't know, me just walking into Barnes and Noble just makes my heart feel so happy. I just love being around books. But I don't ever read them. I very seldomly read them. I'm trying to read, it's over there, but I'm trying to read And Then There Were None, and I've had it since January, and I think I'm on the 2nd chapter. And it's not that I don't like to read, I just don't find a lot of time to do it. So, and if you don't know, if you haven't bought books in a while, books are expensive and books add up. I like physical books versus audiobooks. I do sometimes listen to audiobooks, but I just like the physical feel of turning a page, and even the way books smell, they have a smell. But buying them is expensive, especially if you're gonna buy hardbacks. It's very easy for a hardback book to be $40. And the only time I really buy books is when I go somewhere with my brother, because he likes books too. He loves books. and he actually reads his, but I don't. But when I go somewhere with him, we always go find like a Barnes and Noble, and we'll always find like a local bookstore too. And when I'm with him, I'll see books and I'll spend like over $100 anytime I'm with him and we go to a bookstore, and I like never read them. So this year, I'm not gonna buy any more books until I have read all the books that I currently have, because it just doesn't make any sense for me to keep adding on to my personal library if I don't actually read them. The third thing that I'm gonna stop buying are name brand items versus buying generic items. So let's say like I wanted to go and I like go to Target and I needed more like cleaning supplies. So right now, there is the Miss Meyer's lemon something multi-surface everyday cleaner. It's 16 ounces and it's $4.39. That is like a name brand cleaning supply item. It's $4.39. Or I could buy the Target version, like it's called Smartly or something, and it's ocean scented all-person cleaner. It's 32 fluid ounces and it's $1.79. It is double the amount of product, and it's like significantly less money. And you know, you would get double the amount of product and you would save like what, almost $3? Almost $3, more than $2. And you may think like you're really counting pennies here, but these things add up. Like if you were to get generic everything versus getting name brand everything, you would like spend a lot less money getting the generic items. And a lot of people say that like it's the same stuff, it's just different packaging. Like it's the same formula, it's the same product, it's just packaged differently. So with that in mind, like you're really just paying for the packaging design and not really the product. And so while yes, I will admit the Mrs. Meyer's does look better, like it does, I would naturally want to buy that more than like the generic. I also want to buy a house. So I'm going to save money on things that I can save money on and things that aren't like truly valuable to me. Like I'll spend money on things that bring like real value to my life, but little things like this that don't really matter, I think it's like perfectly fine to just get the generic version of it and get the cheaper option. Number 4, the thing that I'm not buying anymore, which is kind of sad, but it's true, that manicures. Do you see this? Don't look at it. Don't look at it. But I'm going to stop going to nail salons to pay for manicures and pedicures. Now, I know I just said about like I'll spend money on things that bring value, and I do consider myself a feminine woman, and I do like having my nails done and I like having my feet done. However, I would spend around $150 every time I went to the nail salon. So I would get a pedicure with gel nail polish, and that would be like around $50. And then I would get, and then for my nails, I like using dip powder, and that's a little more expensive. And I would also get designs on my nails, so that's even more expensive. So that is like more than $50. And depending on what design, it can be like significantly more than $50. Once you add tips on top of that, it is, for me, it would be close to like $150, $130 to like $150. And I would be doing that every month. And honestly, my nails grow really quickly, so I would want to get a manicure like every 2 weeks if I could afford that. But I don't want to spend that much money, so I would do it every month. So if you're spending $150 at the nail salon every month over a year, that's like that's $1,800 that you're spending just on your nails alone. And I would rather like put that money towards home related expenses, because you know, I'm gonna have to buy a refrigerator, I'm gonna have to buy a washer and dryers probably. Like every little bit does count until like I know exactly what I'm going to need when I buy the house. I just want to be in like the best financial position that I can be. So while I do like doing my nails or having them done, I know that I can also do them myself. I'll insert clips of like in the past, like once the pandemic really started, I learned how to do dip powder myself. And I got good, but I never got like as good as I wanted to. And then once I got vaccinated, I was like, it's safe to go to nail salons again. So I started going and getting them done. But like, I know I can do it. So I'll just start doing them myself again to save more money. And no, they're not done right now, because worry about yourself, don't worry about me. I'm gonna do them this weekend. I just didn't have time to do my nails before I made this video, okay? But I'll do them soon. The fifth thing that I'm no longer buying is fast food. So that was one of my goals for this year, because I have like health related goals, and one of them was to stop drinking soda and stop buying fast food. And today is February 19th. And guess who has not had a soda since December 31st? And guess who's not eaten any fast food since December 31st? Me. And it's actually been a lot easier than I thought it would be. And also, I have saved a lot of money, like a lot. I went and I looked at my past budgets, and this is sad, but I was spending like more than $400 a month eating out. And I wasn't going to like sit down restaurants or anything like that. Like, it was just $400 worth of like fast food. It was a cycle of like Cookout, Biscuitville, Zaxby's, Wendy's, a little bit of Chick-fil-A. If I was feeling fancy, then I'd go to like Five Guys. But yeah, like just cycling all of those fast food places and spending that much money every month. And I haven't been doing that since last year. So I've actually saved a lot of money. I don't eat fast food anymore, but I do go to, basically my rule is like if it has a drive-through, I don't eat from there. I do go to like restaurants, but I don't do that often. I've actually been cooking like throughout the week, and then on the weekends I'll eat out if I want to. But before, like last year, I would eat out like every single day, sometimes like for lunch and dinner. So it's been really helpful to my bank account, but also like I feel better, like I feel lighter. It's been great. So yeah, so that's like $400 a month that I was spending, and over a year, that's $4,800 on fast food, which is like insane. You can almost max out a Roth IRA. Like maxing out your Roth IRA is $6,000, and I was spending $4,800 on fast food. So that is eye-opening right there. So yes, I'm almost 2 months into it, and I don't miss it. So I'm pretty sure that I can keep this up throughout the year. The last and final thing that I'm giving up this year is wasteful shopping, and I'm replacing it with intentional shopping. Let me explain. So with just wasteful or like regular shopping, it's really just, ooh, I see this, I have money in my bank account, so I'm gonna get it. I'm not doing that anymore. Instead, I do intentional shopping. And if I see something that I like, I don't buy it. I like bookmark it, or I'll take a screenshot of it or whatever, but I don't just initially buy it. And I sit and I think about if I truly want this and why I want it. What am I going to do with it? What purpose will it serve? Where will it, like if it's a furniture item, like where would it fit in my apartment? Like what am I going to do with this? Can I picture using it in my day-to-day life? Those are the things that I'm concerned about before I buy something. And if I have good, solid answers for all of those questions, then I still won't buy it. Instead, I'll wait for like it to go on sale or some discount. I use, what's it called? Rakuten. I use that, and I use the Honey plugin, which are like shopping chromic, like shopping extensions that you can use for your browser. It basically just tells you like when coupons are happening, or it lets you save money. So I use those. And that's when I buy something, but I'm not buying stuff full price. It's got to be some type of discount for me, and it's intentional. I'm buying this for a reason and not just because I want it. Because there's been times in the past when I would buy something and it would be delivered and I wouldn't even open it. Like, I wouldn't even open it right away. It would just be sitting in the box waiting for me to open it. And I feel like if that's the case, that you're not even like if you don't even want to open it immediately, then why did you buy it? Like, you obviously didn't need it. If it's just been sitting in a box for a week waiting for you to open it, you obviously didn't need to buy it. So I don't want those type of things to happen anymore. So that's why I'm gonna do intentional shopping instead of just regular shopping, where you're like blowing money just for the sake of blowing through money. So those are the things that I am giving up. Y'all hold me to it. If y'all see me, if my nails are looking a little too good, maybe check me on that. Or if y'all see some new plants in the background or something, y'all check me on that too. But yeah, that's my plan for the year in an effort to save money. And these things aren't like huge things. I think the biggest is like the fast food. That was the biggest savings, but everything adds up, and everything matters, especially if you have like a goal in mind. Every little bit is gonna get you closer to that goal. And yeah, I'm ready to get out of here. I'm ready for something new, for something bigger and greater. So yeah, I'm saving so I can get this house at some point. And I think these things will help me get there. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If there's anything that you're willing to give up in an effort to save more money, let me know down in the comments. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.